The age-old question of buy ninjas or free the slaves. This is just one of the many morally questionable decisions you'll be faced with in Mythic Crusade. I'm sorry, William Wilberforce, but the right decision is always going to be ninjas. Mythic Crusade is a game by solo dev Sepnax, who supported the creation of this video via Patreon, and I'm determined to make him regret it. Here goes. Aesthetically, Mythic Crusade is scruffy, but in an age where solo devs can either choose from AI slop or explaining that their attempt at drawing an arm regenerating its skin isn't Elon Musk's autism acting up again, then I know what option I'm picking every single time.
I think it's charming. I like the art. I genuinely really like the art.
Here's the campaign in a nutshell. Choose an army to start with and get 15 turns to get your shit together before your opposition Terminator strides across the map and stomps you into a fine paste. In my first round, I was beaten so badly I unlocked Depression, which I think is a bug because I unlocked that one years ago.
I was just like, okay, I'll play this game. And then Cleopatra came on my screen and was like, in 15 turns, I'm gonna stomp your ass. And I was like, oh.
Oh, Cleopatra, please, don't threaten me with a good time. You control unit placement in the row, as each have different strengths in different positions. The battle plays out automatically, but you have influence via a mana pool and spells you pillage and learn. You have Frontliners for taking the brunt, then archers and utility units hovering around the back and middle. Some units and spells can influence your opponent's lineup, and stuff like ninjas can take your backdoor by surprise and eat away at your behind with almost no struggle. I once had ninjas eat away at my behind so hard, I came to the game's completion immediately. Each turn you have
I quit.
Each turn you have a certain amount of movement, which is an incredibly precious resource. You can only move so much in 15 turns, so you need to pick routes that put you in contact with as many resource generating nodes and spell trainers as possible. Resources from captured nodes are gathered each turn and are poured into developing your city slots. You don't have enough time, resources or slots to build everything, and higher tier units require planning ahead because they need specific barracks built beforehand. If your army slots are full of trash, the severance package is prohibitive. Of all the feelings this game gave me, hatred towards unions wasn't on my bucket list. Throughout your playthrough, you gather artifacts that augment your build. You only have so many slots, and you can't remove them after you get them, so you have to train yourself out of the goblin mentality of taking every single piece of trash that comes your way.
Yeah, that was my first playthrough. I was like, how do I change out the spoils of war? Oh no, wait, I am bound to them. Like I am bound to my husband.
Oh, I've made a grave mistake. The game doesn't go easy on you at all. How was I supposed to know that my morally aligned good troops would start going on strike because I kept making the kill all the innocent people choices? There are 4 difficulty stages, with Sepnax telling me that the 4th is probably near impossible. You unlock each difficulty tier after beating the one before it. What I appreciate is that the game respects your time by letting you skip essentially every animations, so you're only ever at decision making moments of the game at any given time. On the demo build I played, there are no keyboard shortcuts, but I think those are coming. Also, there are only 2 of the 6 armies to play as. I'm interested to see more unit variants because the 2 starter armies kind of feel kind of similar despite one being populated by spider tits and the other with fat croco hippos. The full version is going to have a level editor, and there's also multiplayer which is via local hot seat. Nothing makes me more nostalgic than having to share a mouse. One of Ratwife's only notes after playing it was that the rogue animation speed is pretty slow. I told her you could click to speed it up, but she refused to do anything other than raw dog the entire experience. During the review period, I hit Sepnax with a bunch of bug reports and quality of life ideas, which he was incredibly receptive to. After reading patch notes that I'm directly responsible for, I now understand the rush of power middle management gets to justify their continued existence. I'd like to do a big shout out to my Patreon supporters. You're the real MVPs, and once again, thank you Sepnax for sponsoring this video. Support me by supporting him and give the demo a shot on Steam. Ratwife and I actually had a ton to say about this game, so I'll be putting that up free on Patreon for anyone to check out. Catch you all in my hole another time.